Hey everyone, my name is Kip Warner. I'm here on behalf of my tiny Vancouver-based outfit, Cartesian Theater. I'm going to talk to you today about a Power 9 accelerated solution for the music and entertainment industries called Helios. So what is Helios? Helios is a patent-pending technology that can be used to search large commercial music catalogs using music itself as the search key. Let's take a few minutes and watch a short video to help you understand. Helios sports an easy-to-use cross-platform REST API. Provide it with a song as a search key and it will respond back with a ranked listing of similar music. In a nutshell for the engineers here, it's a systemd service that runs in a server data center environment, or really wherever the customer wants. Helios is intended for businesses in the music and entertainment space looking to assist either themselves or their own customers find and license music for their productions. There are many different potential business users. These include commercial production and film studios, major and independent record labels, streaming services, digital jukeboxes, online music stores, social networking platforms for artists, and many others. In 2019, the music industry alone accounted for $20.2 billion in global revenue. That doesn't even include the film industry. But the music industry and the labels specifically created some interesting architectural constraints in the design of Helios. Being able to host their own server anywhere they want is a really big deal in the music industry that might not be to other industries that have no problem depending on services hosted by AWS or other third parties. The way they explained it to me many times, you can have the best algorithms and software in the world, but for many of them, if you require them to have to upload and analyze their music catalogs off-site, their legal teams will say no. Whatever magic your solution does, it has to do it there or not at all. That means they need hardware, powerful hardware. So why would a record label or a commercial music catalog need Helios? Well, there's currently no easy, reusable, automated way for them to search their own catalogs using similar sounding music as a search key. Consider that they've got thousands, sometimes millions of songs. Customers approach them on a daily basis needing music for their commercial film, documentary, or what have you. The label wants to sell them what's called a synchronization license to use the perfect song they need. Inevitably, the customer always comes with samples in hand from Vimeo, YouTube, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, or wherever that captures the vibe for their use case they already have in mind. Instead of the label having to do what it currently does, have a poor intern sit there with headphones manually sorting through the catalog, which can take days or sometimes weeks, and at the risk of the customer going elsewhere in the interim, Helios could produce for the customer in seconds the best matches from within the catalog. It can even directly consume music as a search key from the external services I just mentioned. Searching music using music itself as the search key has many advantages over the old ways, which sometimes included relying on free-form textual tags like happy or melancholy. That method requires every song in the catalog to have a set of manually generated tags, but those tags are usually not translated into other languages, in other words, markets. They're not complete, or even universally agreed upon. As an example, maybe someone in Beijing doesn't have the word grunge immediately spring to mind when they're listening to Nirvana for the first time, that maybe someone somewhere else might have. Research has shown time and time again that the best search key to use is the customer's music itself. Music contains more information within it than any exhaustive linguistic description. So how does Helios work? What it does is it performs what's called a subsymbolic analysis on the music. This involves a complex digital signal processing on time and spectral domains, as well as other information. In other words, Helios actually listens to the sound of the music. It doesn't rely on statistical tricks to profile customers and make recommendations based on what some other customer it thinks was similar liked. It is bias-free and looks only at the objective characteristics of the song. If you are an independent musician that doesn't have the prominence of a Trent Reznor or Tom York, Helios will recommend you based solely on the merits of what it heard. So what's any of this got to do with Power or the Open Power Foundation? Well, as it turns out, a lot. Although heavily optimized, Helios is computationally heavy. Its code base is highly portable and leverages multi-core systems. It works well on 64-bit Intel and ARM processors, but if that were all, I of course wouldn't be here right now. I've been collaborating closely with IBM since the fall of 2019. With the generous help of their engineers and their hardware, I'm very happy to say that Helios performs very well on Power 9 systems and will continue to seek more improvements over time. It will likely remain my preferred platform for deployment in the field to customers. My experience has been that Helios provides a novel and intriguing application to Power that helps give this next generation hardware platform greater exposure outside of technical fields. It is my prediction that it will help to establish a greater beachhead into the music and entertainment industries. Many of us remember the colorful, bubbly Power G4s that were a favorite in those industries in the 90s and early 2000s before Intel's dominance. So Power's return into these creative spaces will be long overdue. I'm ready to wrap things up, but I'd like to take a moment to provide a special thank you to my gifted animator and graphic designer Paul LeBurge, IBM, Ned Gamble, the Open Power Foundation for the opportunity, and Timothy Pearson of Raptor Engineering. I'm happy to take any questions anyone may have now, and if not now, then you are welcome to find me offline at the coordinates in front of you. Thank you, everyone.